Hi YouTube, Coinpicker here. Here is my thrift store find of the week. It was just last week our stores started to reopen and I did check out the Value Village thrift stores, but nothing great in there. But just yesterday, the Salvation Army thrift stores started to open up. Well, select stores anyways. So I had to check them out. So I went to one in Vancouver, in East Vancouver, and it was very interesting. First of all, it was really nice seeing the familiar faces, workers, had a chance to say hi and, shoot the breeze, ask them how they've been doing all this time. Looked around, there was a lot of social distance measures in place, like wider aisles, one-way aisles, employees wearing like face masks, barriers at the cashiers. Like, I don't know, they just had these frames with some plastic over it, not hard plastic, like just like some sort of film, just sort of like a temporary thing anyways. And I think the only decent thing I saw there, for some reason they put out a lot of the bracelets in baskets in the, like, underneath the aisle ends of the clothing racks, which usually they just keep it in the display case by the cashier. There was actually one sterling silver bangle, but it was priced quite high, and I thought, if it's priced as silver, and I'm assuming they were selling it as silver, it should have been in the display case. But it was like $24.99, and it probably weighed up to an ounce, but I wasn't quite sure. And it was marked 925 in a very inconspicuous place, not on the inside of the bangle. Well, it was more like a cuff bracelet. But I could see a little oval with a 925 stamped on the end, on the outside. But even with a coupon, $10 coupon, it'd be like $14.99 plus tax. And then I was thinking, not too much meat on the bone for profit. So I thought I better leave it there. Maybe, leave it for someone that can appreciate it. Now, if it was like $5, like basically priced as non-silver, then I would have bought it. But nope, left it behind. After that, it was a good few months since I've been thrifting, so one store was not enough. I had to scratch that thrifting itch. So I decided to drive out further to one of the biggest stores, Salvation Army thrift stores, that also carries like furniture, which is in New Westminster, which is a city of, it's a city a few cities over from Vancouver. But it was only like half an hour drive, quite quick. Well, maybe even less than that, let's say 20 minutes. So I drove 20 minutes to the next store, and same thing, said hi to the workers I haven't seen in ages, and walked around. Didn't see anything on the aisles, but of course, basically it was like the first day of reopening for them. So a few months ago, when they had to close down, they basically locked everything up, could not take any more donations. So it was probably pretty much the same stuff that was there months ago. So, but it's the thrill of the hunt. Um, so looked all over the store, aisle by aisle, looking through the cutlery, of course, seeing if there's any sterling silver stuff. Uh, looked through the dishes to see if there's any antique china, um, glassware to see if any like antique nice crystal, nothing. The knickknacks, nothing. Looked at the pictures, like the framed pictures, to see if there's any nice collectible, pieces of art or even real paintings, nothing. Did spy on some exercise equipment because my sister, she asked me to keep an eye out on some like dumbbells or something, for exercising. And Coinpicker Junior also wanted me to look for some, but I couldn't see anything in the weights I wanted because, well, usually their dumbbells are pretty cheap, well priced. Like I always go for the solid iron ones, like the real metal ones, not the cement-filled ones. Like those are the cheapy stuff that you drop it and the stuff, the powder comes out of them. But yeah, I saw some, I think 3-pound hand dumbbells for, I think it was like $3.99 each. I thought for such small ones, that was a little bit on the high side. If it was like $1.99, maybe even $2.99, I'd probably pick them up for my sis. But thought I'd just leave it behind for now. There's always better deals, further down the road, always. So it came down to checking out the stuff at the cashier's till. That's where you find the more expensive things behind the counter, collectibles, jewelry, and auction items. So I looked at all that. Well, first of all, I looked at the auction items, and it was basically the stuff that they had right when they closed down the stores a few months ago. So what was really interesting, the cashier told me, "Hey, Coinpicker." Well, she doesn't call me Coinpicker. I just said that. But it's like, "Hey, Coinpicker. The manager said these auction items are to be sold for the initial auction bid price because we're just starting to get back into the new normal, and they just want to clear the case and start afresh." And I go, "Really? That sounds very interesting." That spiked my interest. So I asked for their bid sheet, the price sheet, and I was looking, and I saw some interesting things. Saw a bag of looked like silver napkin rings, and it was like 8 of them in there, and they said silver plated, but you always have to check. They could be wrong. So I asked her to pull it out. I looked at it. Yeah, it was silver plated, not marked. Then another item was this little, I'd say about 3-inch long brass, sort of like a brass knickknack, like a paperweight, and it had 3 monkeys on it, like "See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil." And it was $4.99, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was pretty cute, and it looked like probably from the 40s, maybe 50s, maybe even 60s. But again, $4.99, a little on the pricey side. I mean, if it was like, to me, if it was like under $3, $3 or yet under, then I would have bought it. So I passed on that. And I was looking at it and looking at the sheet, and it said Canadian silver dollar. I go, I didn't see that in the case. I looked, and I thought, oh, you know what? Some lucky booger probably bought it before I even got to have a look at it. But you know what? This is the thing. The rest of the items, it looked like, well, the case looked full. So I asked the cashier for number, let's say 52. And lo and behold, she pulls it out. I'm thinking, how did I miss that? I mean, you know, it's not that small, right? But somehow I did not see it in the case. So she pulls it out. And actually, before I asked her to pull this out, I went through they had like a bucket, not a bucket, like a plastic box, clear plastic box of souvenir spoons, actually 2 of them. And it was the same old ones. There was nothing new in it, of course. So it was all silver plated. And then I asked to see another box of silver plated cutlery. Just, you know, mixed pieces. Nothing new in that either. No silver. It was all silver plated, literally. And there is like a box of comic books, but they looked quite new, like modern. So I didn't even go through them. So to get back to this. All right. What we have here is a Canadian silver dollar that it commemorates the centennial of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I probably showed something, well, I showed an identical one years ago in one of my videos. I do own a few of these. But yeah, for $6.99 plus tax, 50 cents of tax, or it's $7.49. It is about $2 below spot value that I paid. But collector's value, this sells all over the place online from $10 Canadian to $20 Canadian. So let's say on average $15 for collectible value. So that's not bad. Like half price. Well, there's 3 reasons why I bought this. Number 1, rarely have coins for sale at the thrift store. All right, number 2, rarely can buy the auction items for the initial bid price, right? And number 3, I love silver. So yeah, that's 3 good enough reasons to buy this. Right, let's see if I can do this. Show you the back side. It's really hard to pop out. All right, I have to take it out this way. Oh, that doesn't sound good. All right, here's the back side of the coin. The toning is not bad. It's very interesting toning. Wish it was 80% silver, which is the normal silver content of the Canadian silver dollars, like 1967 and older. But it's okay. 50% is okay. Oh, it was cheap enough. So, see, there's this Mountie. Right, and that was the young Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the back. And what was very, you'd say annoying, is that my usual store, Salvation Army thrift store, close to my home, when you buy something like in the auction display case, even as a buy it now auction item, like the unsold auction items you get to buy for the bid price. The benefit normally or usually is that you do not have to pay any sales tax. You just pay the bid price or the winning price. But for some reason, this store did charge me one sales tax. Yeah, so that was a bit annoying. Like how there's some inconsistencies between stores, even from the same company or charity. So, I let it go. I mean, at the end of the day, the money's for charity, and it was only like 50 cents difference. But no, I just thought that was sort of silly that they just can't get it together. I guess the same thing is like certain stores, they only charge like 99 cents for those, souvenir spoons, which I find the silver ones mixed in. And then some places, some other locations charge $1.99 and sometimes $2.99. It just up to the manager or whoever prices these things, right? But take it with a grain of salt, right? If you're lucky enough to find some goodies in it, then as long as the profit margin is good enough, then it's not a big deal. Well, anyways, it's great to be posting finds again. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Coinpicker out.